Good morning, everybody. I want to welcome you here to Prog Monster. My name is Murph. I am the host of this show, a show dedicated to progressive rock and other forms of rock music. So we're here with the series we're running for the month of June, which is 30 bands with a member that went on to play with a bigger band. So today's artist that we're going to do comes from a South African band called Rabbit. Yes, there is another Rabbit from Australia, but that's a different band. This is the one from South Africa, featuring Trevor Rabin. Yes, Trevor Rabin of Yes fame, 90125. This is where he came aboard. Really good guitar player. So in Rabbit, he played a lot of pop stuff and was the lead vocalist there as well. But then he eventually brought that kind of poppy flavor to Yes, and the band produced an album very unlike any other Yes album up until that point, with a lot of pop hits, including their biggest hit, Owner of a Lonely Heart, which was a big hit for them. Change is another fairly big hit for them as well. But so the band Rabbit was a decent band, played in South Africa. Eventually, he joined a much bigger band with Yes. My problem with the Yes albums that feature 90125, Big Generator, and I guess you could throw Talk in there as well, all Trevor Rabin albums, is that they don't really sound anything like all traditional Yes sound, not in the classic sense of it, nor in the post-Talk era, where maybe the albums weren't as good in that era, but they definitely didn't really sound too much like this era. I would have been happy if they had just chose a different name. So I wanted to talk a little bit about the album. So 90125, Big Generator, I think are both very good albums. If they'd had a different name, maybe I wouldn't have as much of an issue with them. They definitely don't sound like traditional Yes at all. Anyways, the musician we're talking about today, Trevor Rabin, went on to add that element to Yes and make them a big band again in the 80s. They became a big band again because of the sound that they had taken on, and he was, to me, the driving force behind that. Of course, he needed Chris Squire's approval to do any of that, and he got full approval from Chris Squire. So I think probably Rabin and Squire were kind of the two main guys, bringing John Anderson back in, which, of course, with John Anderson's voice, people immediately would associate it with Yes. Unfortunately, I think this doesn't really sound like Yes, and would have been better if they had stuck with the Cinema label, which I think was what they were originally going to do. But anyways, all that aside, today's Rabbit member, Trevor Rabin, goes on to join Yes in a much bigger and more commercially successful band. So I hope you've enjoyed this episode. If you have, please hit the like and subscribe. If you want to make comments about Rabbit or about Trevor Rabin or about Yes, you are more than welcome to do so in the comment section below. And we will see you next week, or actually we'll see you tomorrow, for another episode of 30 bands that had a member that went on to a bigger band, more commercially successful band. So please have a good day, good night, and goodbye.